After receiving multiple comments about this particular topic, I thought I'd make a very quick video about my lighting setup and how I go about lighting talking shots and interviews in general. I'm not going to waste your time, so let's just get straight into it. I like to keep things nice and simple since sometimes people will overcomplicate stuff for the sake of looking more fancy, but in reality I get amazing results using just a single lighting setup. To the joy of some of you out there who maybe haven't invested in a lighting kit just yet, you'll only need 3 things. Number 1, a continuous LED cob light. Number 2, a nice and big softbox to diffuse that light, and then number 3, a light stand to put those 2 things on. Where I'm constantly running around filming a bunch of stuff for my clients as well as trying to maintain a consistent upload schedule here on YouTube, I realised that that was all I needed. Of course, if you want to get more creative, you can start to add accent lights or hair lights to make your subject pop off the background a little bit more, but realistically, it's probably not needed for what you'll be shooting. Light-wise, I like to use the Godox LA200d. It's super affordable, built extremely well, and also has excellent colour accuracy, so you can't really ask for much more. It's also got a super quiet fan, so if you did want to record some audio, then you won't have any issues using this light. The 200D is also a daylight balanced 5600K light, and if you're looking for the cleanest results, then I would definitely recommend getting a daylight balanced light instead of using an RGB light, as sometimes you can get a slight magenta shift even at 5600 Kelvin on lights that are RGB as well. This light is also plenty bright for my use cases, and it's also super easy to transport given its small form factor. Next up, the light modifier I'm using is the Godox SBUE 80cm octagon softbox. It's super cheap and has 2 layers of diffusion, so it gives off a really nice soft light. It's also Bowens mount, so it'll work with most lights on the market, and 80cm I say is a sweet point between size and portability, so you'll still be able to bring this thing around with you, whilst also getting a large light source that'll wrap nicely around your subject's face. Light stand wise, again not expensive at all. I'm using a stainless steel newer stand. It's super cheap, robust enough to hold the light in a softbox, and also doesn't take up too much of a footprint when I'm moving around in a tight space. So honestly, there's no complaints there. Now on to positioning this setup, and to be honest, this is also extremely simple. You always want to position your key light around 45 degrees pointing down towards your subject. Getting the light higher will alleviate any hot spots on the skin and will normally give you a nice little accent in the eyes of the subject. Adding contrast to your shot comes by simply positioning the light more to the left or to the right of your subject depending on what side you want to give more shadow to, and you can turn the light either towards or away from the subject to make the effect more or less drastic. This is normally referred to as feathering the light. When you come to setting the intensity of your light source, try and use force colours or zebras where you can to make sure you're not clipping any part of the subject's skin. Skin tone should normally sit around 50 to 70 IRE on the light index scale, so you could set your zebras to 70% or use the colour chart on your force colour to make sure that your skin tones are falling within that range. And that's pretty much it. It's very simple and very effective for the most part. If you have any questions about anything I've spoken about in this video, then feel free to comment below and I'll reply to you as quickly as I can with any help that I can give. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. I know it was quite a quick one, but again, I wanted to just give you a quick whistle-stop tour in how I light things since I get that question quite a lot. As you can see, it's really simple. So yeah, thanks again for watching. I really do hope this was useful to you, and hopefully I shall see you in the next one.